So are you guys both single?
No, I'm married. I've been married like 10 years now.
But you got the ring off in case, you know.
But he has
but before the marriage, though, did you ever get him some of the groupies from the MTV?
Of course I did.
Let's go,
dude. We went to New Orleans and had a blast.
Can you tell me a story for the boys? You know, like the boys watching
this
this.
because their fans haven't.
Yeah.
Just because my wife's heard that one already.
All right, let's do it.
So me and him hooked up. We went to New Orleans for an Anheuser-Busch convention.
What year is this roughly?
Through Monster Energy. It was probably like, what, 2008,
2008, 2009.
Okay.
Nice.
2008, 2009. We went to New Orleans for an Anheuser-Busch convention with Monster. He was sponsored by Monster.
Nice.
And he said, hey, I want to bring my friend Pancho with me. And so I went and...
Monster picks up the tab.
Monster
Hotel,
picks up the
airfare.
tab. The first night we get out there, we do our thing, and we end up hooking up with these two and like hots, like Hooters girls.
Let's go.
It was, yeah. And then at the end of the night, we all hop into a taxi, and it's me, my girl, Wee Man, and his girl. And his girl just passes out right away. And
She's in the front seat, passed out. I'm like, whatever.
and then my girl starts jacking me off.
Let's go.
Yeah, and so at the end of the ride, I'm like, dude, my girl just jerked me off. And he's like, oh, I know. I'm like, how do you know? He's like, well, because she was jerking me off, too.
So you went skiing, dude.
Yeah.
You went skiing.
Oh, she was skiing, dude, and that was like a pretty cool adventure.
Okay.
But the best part was when we went to Hooters the next day, and I straight called her out.
Oh,
on
yeah.
it. So she knew.
She was a hostess there.
Ponch knew, and then we both knew, so it wasn't like a secret thing. I'm like, hey, so yesterday, when we were in the cab, and you were rubbing my leg, and you were running Ponch, and she just fully turned red.
Oh,
And we were
man.
like,
No. She was. You said this is exactly how you said. He's like, hey, do you remember last night when you were rubbing the inside of Poncho's legs? That's how he worded it. He's like, but then you were rubbing the inside of my legs too.
Yeah.
And she got beat red. He's like, that was awesome. And then we all started laughing about it. But yeah, just little things like that here and there. Yeah. Or like when we were in New Orleans, girls would walk up to him and like be like, try to get his autograph or get a picture with him.
Yeah.
And he would be like, you could get a picture with me, but you got to like rub your titties in my buddy's face. And they would be like, okay.
Yes!
They would just be like, okay. They would lift their shirt up and just...
No, dude.
I went to Utah.
Fair exchange, if you ask me, man.
I went to Utah once, and they put us up in this club. And they're like, okay, we're going to hold you in the VIP room. We got some drinks and stuff. And I met this other little dude, but different style little dude where he was super short. He's like probably almost half the size of Ponch and I.
Wow.
And I'm like, cruise with.
Yeah, they come
on,
tiny.
dude.
They come really tiny.
Wow.
And he came in, and we're breaking the regulators off of booze bottles because they would only bring us one bottle, and then we'd have to. I'm like, no, we want like 3 bottles. I'm breaking the regulators off. All these chicks come in, and this dude's like kind of feels a little left out. And I'm like, hey, ladies. And there's like 6 of them. I'm like, all of you start putting your titties all over my dude right here.
Yeah.
And the dude's in the middle of the table just being drowned by titties.
This is how we know that Wee Man's a way bigger celebrity than us, Leo.
We can't do that.
We tried that move for this guy at a bar this weekend.
Yeah.
And, well, we should actually tell the story, Leo, because we
It
did tell
didn't
them earlier.
happen?
So check this out. Leo went up to these girls, and you were very polite.
Very
Leo.
polite. And it is
wasn't-
such a noble
Let
thing.
me stop you right there.
Sure.
Right there's where you went wrong.
I should have been aggressively.
You were polite.
Well, he ends not polite.
So the girls ate you up.
Yeah, but you're
when
right.
you're polite to girls, they'll eat you up. But when you're like, hey, fucking ladies.
No, these guys
But
get
you're-
chicks, dude. I've fucking been with them.
But I'm
This
Thank
guy
you,
was getting
Pancho.
a
Thank
fucking
you.
blowjob in the back
Yeah,
while I was
let's
doing
go.
stand-up comedy and bombing.
he wasn't polite, though. He probably wasn't polite, though.
He wasn't polite
He's
that
like,
day. I was there, dude. He wasn't polite.
No,
dude.
polite.
He was
No,
a
no.
dick.
That's where you messed up.
I might have
polite.
been. I might be guilty as
I
charged.
think you guys-
Check this out. You got to hear the story.
Okay,
Wee
let's
Man.
hear it. I'm ready.
So Leo goes up. I'll tell what you said. I'll tell what you first said, and then
Yeah.
you tell what you ended on.
Sure.
So
Okay.
he goes up and he says, "Ladies, we have a friend who's a virgin. which Fez is over there.
Yeah, he's a virgin.
He wants to come out of his shell. We'd love to introduce him to you, ladies. Before he can even finish his sentence, they're like, leave us alone, talk to the hand, leave, go away. Without missing a fucking beat, Leo lets fly.
I get hotter girls than you on a Wednesday in the Valley.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's not how you said it. He's
I was like,
I get better pussy than you on a Wednesday in the fucking valley.
yeah, dude, I had to lay into that bitch, dude. And she was like, honestly, the reason why we went up to her is because we were like, dude, she is not that attractive. She might actually be down. Let's see. This might be the bitch to do it, dude. And then
Were you guys
she was
trying to film it?
Yeah, we were filming it.
You
Yeah.
hit it all wrong.
Yeah.
But
You're right,
it was a
dude.
nice recovery. At least
feel
I ended it with some power, but you're right.
I feel you guys just aren't on that fame level yet.
Yet.
You will be. You're on the fame level where chicks dig you. And you can get what chick you want.
See how he pointed at
but
me,
you're
not you, Leo?
He pointed to me, too. He
He
shifted the
You
finger.
guys can get chicks that dig you,
Yeah.
but you're not on the fame level where chicks dig you enough.
Right.
For
pass
you to
the
be like,
pussy.
hey, put your tits in my buddy's face.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Right.
like, nah.
It's,
bro.
I sometimes I wonder like how attainable that level of Jackass fame really is, because as you pointed out, fame has become so democratized,
Yeah.
which in a way is a beautiful thing, because if we did what we're doing now in '96, nobody would have ever heard of us, and we'd be working at like a bar.
Yeah.
But now we can make a living and have fans and stuff, but it is hard to reach the Jackass, Johnny Knoxville, Wee Man, early 2000s.
I
late
just-
What were the
90s.
numbers on the show? You guys were
I
getting
don't
how many
remember.
views?
I don't remember.
50 million? Like, who knows?
Oh, on the show?
Probably like
I forget.
between 10 and 20.
Well,
I
there-
think.
10 and 20 sounds closer.
Your
50
guys'
million.
shit is worldwide though.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is nowadays there's too many people trying to be famous that girls feel it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you're going and you're trying to do it that way, that girls put a fucking shield up.
Yeah,
100%.
When you just act like a shitbag and don't even give a fuck, that's when girls are like, "Oh, this guy might be a challenge." But if you open the door a little for them, that's when they're like, "Yes."
So, Wee Man, I wonder, because if you won't say the number exactly, I assume you've had sex with hundreds and hundreds of women.
Okay.
What do you think about guys who use height as an excuse for why they can't get women?
I can't stand that shit.
Thank you, bro.
Does not work.
Yeah.
Dude, that excuse does not work.
I think it's bullshit.
I think
Yeah,
I've just heard it
totally.
so much, but I'm not in the dating world. But I honestly, when I wasn't on. I was. It was a time where we weren't on dating apps, or I didn't use dating apps. But it wasn't a struggle. Like it was. I mean, you're always going to find a girl that has a fetish.
Right.
Or if you can talk to a girl and make her laugh
Yeah.
and put her defense down, oh, dude, you're in there, bro.
Brad Williams, I talked to him after a show one time, and he told me that. He's like, dude, you would be surprised how many girls have fetishes and they just want to sleep with a little person. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But I agree with Pancho too. What he's saying, like, even if you're not quote unquote a little person, you're just a guy who's 5'6".
Right.
If you're just goofy, like Wee Man said, not talking about how successful you are, you can make them laugh.
Right.
I mean, we went out this weekend. We talked about it earlier, but we tried Peacock Theory. I was wearing one boxing glove, one rollerblade, a top hat, and flight goggles
and a
to
fur
the bar.
coat. And a fur coat.
And chicks,
much.
chicks loved it though.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
3 makeouts.
it was
Yeah.
so over the top, and we so clearly.
Did you just say 3 makeouts?
3
That's
makeouts,
so
dude.
awesome.
Maybe
That's so
more.
high
Maybe
school.
more. Maybe it
That's
would've
so
been
high
4.
school. You're like, dude, I went to the party. I made out with
Makeouts.
3 chicks, dude.
It was- I
I had 3 of them.
I know it's immature. I want to correct the record. It was 4.
Wait, I need to know where you guys were.
Santa Monica bars.
Yeah, it
Santa
was Venice.
Monica
Venice.
bars.
It was the Victorian. You know that spot?
Yeah,
yeah. It's
totally.
old school. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
around. Yeah, now
Okay.
it's a college bar now. There's
Yeah.
But
it's
that-
fun. Hey, Wee Man, you would clean up in there.
But our vibe is like we were so the opposite of the tense guy in a collared shirt who's
Right.
like, yeah, I'm cool. I get pussy. Hey, what you looking at, bro? Yeah, you almost stepped on my shoe. I get pussy. What's up, girls? I
Yeah.
work for my dad. I'm
See?
rich. Like that
A lot of
guy,
guys
we
like
were the
that.
opposite of him. And you guys strike me as like the opposite of that too. And that attitude is so attractive to women.
Right.
Yes.
I think with me, and I think I could speak for him too, is like girls are attracted to talent. You know, it doesn't matter what you look like.
confidence.
If you have confidence and talent and you don't talk about how famous or any
Yeah.
of that, they're attracted to that shit. That's why I always hooked up with girls back in the day. Like it was just to me, skateboarding was way more interesting than a fucking hot chick. And so girls would usually be like, oh my God, you know, like they want to know why I ain't giving them attention.
You made yourself a powerful figure, and then women just became attracted to you. You didn't have to attract women because you made yourself a legend. Yeah.
Not on this dude's level.
Well, yeah,
by
you
no
still did
means, but it
You were
wasn't
on a billboard. You're on a billboard right now. I'm pretty sure. Pancho, so
not on this guy's level, but yeah, by no means was like I having problems with it. You know, it was.
We did a video based on the book The Game, which I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
It's the Bible. The Bible.
It's a real. It's designed like a Bible. It's got a leather cover. It's actually a very great book. I love it. A lot of young guys read it. It's about picking up women. But the conclusion the author draws at the end of it is that picking up women is for losers. If you're just doing it for the sake of picking up women, the goal should be to create a life that attracts women. And that's exactly what you're saying, Pancho.
You guys both accomplished that. So
Yeah.
What's your billboard for?
It's for this movie called Till Death Do Us Part. I don't think the billboard's still up, but it was up for like 5 months and shit. It was pretty cool. I've been an actor for a long time. I've never been on a billboard.
Bro, are you kidding me? That's the hardest thing to do, to get yourself like on the billing, like Pancho Moeller in like on a billboard. That's crazy.
You know what was funny was I was when that billboard came out, I was posting up pictures of it, you know, because I was really proud of it. I've never been on a fucking billboard in 20 years.
We were on a marquee in Vegas for a stand-up show, and we were fucking taking hella pictures.
But you know what was crazy is I was getting all this fucking hate like stuff on my Instagram going, you can't do this, it's a writer's strike, you can't advertise.
Oh my God.
And I was just like,
those
you know
are the
what?
worst people.
Fuck you.
Yes.
I've been trying to do this for so long. I've never like
People did that?
Yeah. So you had to do like the non-APT whatever hashtag because it wasn't.
They all
don't
have their
have to do
fucking
shit,
pronouns. in their-
Punch.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
I know, but people were fucking getting like actors.
like fucking soy boy.
It was
fucking,
mostly actors that probably don't book that much.
Yes.
Or like, you know, and
They-
are
That's who's
at
crying.
the strike trying to like, support
Don't
it.
care.
I could see they all
Don't care.
They were all actors who still wear masks in 2024 and have their pronouns in their
Oh
bio.
my God.
That's
Those
who was
guys
trying to shut him
deserve to
down.
eat
For,
shit.
yeah, fuck that.
And I've
Pancho,
done that before.
Having an
remember
ass
the
is a great
500
time.
mile rule, Pancho? You're allowed to cheat on your wife if you're more than 500 miles away from home.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. Don't do that. No, that's-
Are you guys married or taken?
Leo
I'm
is
taken,
he's in a relationship. I'm
Really?
I'm a single guy. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a fucking single guy.
Wait, so he was out last. Oh, you were trying to hook up your
Oh,
virgin
Yeah, I was trying to
friend.
hook up the boys. This
The
guy, I
virgin
was
friend.
wingmanning it up. You know,
Yeah.
He's a good wingman, Leo.
That's
It's
good.
my
No,
specialty.
He's a pretty
really.
good wingman.
Yeah, I'm a specialty.
What do you guys? How were the like the very pinnacle Jackass days? So like after the first movie came out, there must have been an insane amount of groupies coming for Bam and Steve-O
Oh,
and Knoxville.
it's been like that. We used to go to this place called the Knights Library. It was where we would film in Orlando,
Okay.
and it was like shooting fish in a barrel every time,
Or shooting tadpoles in a teacup. A phrase I coined this weekend.
or just pulling pennies out of a fountain.
Dude, when after we got jerked off that one time in the taxi, we after that we went to our hotel, and our hotel was like people were partying. It was like the Monster Anheuser-Busch hotel. Yeah. As soon as we pull up into the lobby, after we got jerked off and came, we pull up into the lobby. This fucking beautiful girl that must have looked like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Yeah.
Runs up to him and goes, "Oh my God," and starts hugging him.
Loves it.
And then he just looks at me. He's like, "Later, Ponch. See you tomorrow."
Wee man, did you have sex with that woman?
Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah, dude! Let's go.
That's my boy, dude. That's my
wasn't the
boy.
first
My
time.
boy's like that.
And
Yeah.
what's so interesting about the dynamics of women being attracted to men versus vice versa is that, like, with women, we value a pristine, armpits, legs shaved, like beautiful hair. We don't want to hear her fart. We don't want to walk into a bathroom after she's been in there. But like a guy like Dave England is literally famous for like shitting on himself.
Yeah.
And Steve-O is like,
Barfing, cutting himself.
and he's just like unlimited pussy.
Yeah.
Like women
Yeah.
couldn't care less that what he does
No,
is like
they
defecate.
want it more.
Which it doesn't make any
They
sense.
want it more. Why not? It's
just-
like the rock star.
Yeah,
It's like the fucking rock star. When
Yeah.
the guy's on stage, no matter what,
Yep.
he could be the dude. I had friends in my town when I was growing up, and none of them ever had girlfriends. Started a band. Their first show, first night, every dude left with a chick.
Yeah.
because he was on fucking stage and he had everybody's attention.
And stand-up is like that too. I mean, obviously, you guys can tell. Like, whenever you're up there with the mic, dude, it's like you're kind of like
if you're killing it.
If you're killing it.
If you're if you're blowing
bomb,
it,
it's tough.
If you're bombing it, the chick's like, I ain't going home with that dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get seen with the guy bombing.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think stand up. I'm trying to compare it because I'm trying to think if I've ever seen somebody get laid just like only off stand up.
Like leave the stage and chicks are like throwing their panties at him.
Yeah, like I feel like it's not like being Motley Crue in '87.
Don't they call those chucklers?
Chuckle fuckers.
Chuckle
yeah,
fuckers. Chuckle.
That is a term.
Chuckle fucker.
Like-
Chuckle fuckers. That's a term.
Like
dude.
any
for a
chick.
comedian getting a chick from the club.
or
like,
just girls that come. I mean, we know
Comedian,
girls-
like groupie. Like,
yeah.
They're groupies. The groupies that strictly like comics. I know this old school comic. He's been around a long time. Adam Hunter. He does like the UFC stuff. You guys might know him, but he basically told me that he told me this story about how you don't get paid when you're a beginner comic, but you do get paid in pussy.
Yeah.
And that is the truth.
But let's talk about that. Let's
Yeah.
actually analyze that statement, Leo, because any chicks that I've quote unquote gotten from just stand up, I feel like they knew the YouTube channel and they were fans of the YouTube channel, and that's why it happened. I'm trying to think of the guys that we rub shoulders with at shows. Like, how many of them are just like throat fucking girls in their car after a stand up performance?
I have, dude. Listen, I know a
Listen.
certain Latino comedian who was not big at the time. This was like 6 years ago when I met him. He's big now, but he
Renee?
wasn't.
Fluffy?
How did you know?
God damn it!
because you're a ha-has guy.
Yeah, I'm a ha-has guy.
And so that's where he came up.
So Renee,
years
he's
ago.
so Renee.
It's out of the bag. God damn it.
Renee's a murderer.
Not the
years ago,
best looking
murder.
dude.
Dude,
Not the best looking dude.
guy, bro.
He
This
looks
guy-
like he could work at
Bro.
7-Eleven.
6
but
years
pulls
ago.
pussy.
Exactly.
Funny as fuck.
Thank
Yeah.
you. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Confidence.
This motherfucker, dude, he was pulling way out
Yeah.
of this league just right after murdering on stage.
That's true.
But
I
he
Is it
didn't
a one
murder,
night
he
thing though? Is it a
murdered.
one night like, oh, I want to fuck this guy, or is it like, oh, I want to have a relationship?
I think
with
it's more
this
I
guy?
want to bang this guy.
Yeah, of
But,
course.
but you know how it is. Once you bang a chick, if you want to, you can probably talk her into being in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Like you've done
Or
the
you
hard
can
part.
talk her into at least doing it again.
At
Yes.
least doing it again.
Yeah.
Renee, Renee, he does have the rock star vibe when he does a show.
Now he's gotten a little better looking though. He lost weight since then. He's gotten better. Like now, I think he's a dude. He's kind of like
Maybe
girls
you
go,
can fuck him.
Yeah, the Latina girls go
Wow.
like bang that dude. Latina, he has like
He's saying you could get Renee's seconds.
I don't know if I could. After Renee has abused them sexually, maybe I can slip in. You're saying?
Yeah.
No, this guy,
Comfort 'em
this
and
guy
cuddle?
gets puss.
Like, Pancho, you've emphasized that twice now, and I want to say I appreciate it, buddy.
No,
We may
no,
come-
I don't
Hey,
really
I would-
know you that well, but I know that you rocked that show, and then you were with
hell
two
yeah.
chicks.
Yeah,
that were
baby.
the hottest chicks there.
That's
Well.
right, baby. That's right.
I was like,
Yeah,
what the hell is
that's
happening?
always
They
the
were
best
drunk as fuck, though.
Yeah.
They
Well,
were
let's
the
not
hottest
emphasize
chicks
that.
there.
Hey man, I'm pretty sure they would have had a good time with you that night, dude. If you were there.
Nice.
dude.
I also want to say this was like a Wednesday or a Thursday at the Ha Ha, so
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like the comedy
but do
store
you
on a
think
Saturday
those?
night.
Do you think girls like that on that level? If you were with Fez, is that his
Yeah,
name?
Oh, well, there's no chance they'd even look at me.
No.
He's the anti-pussy.
right now.
No, but
he is.
if those
I'm
were the
joking.
girls that you went up to and got and been like, hey,
we would have had a
you
better
rub your
chance.
tits in my buddy's face, do you think those girls would have done it?
They
Yeah.
would've.
Yeah, they
Oh,
would.
they would have,
They're
right?
because they're OnlyFans girls.
Yeah.
They're a little bit looser. The chick that he went up to and asked that, it looked like a collection of friends from work who didn't know each other very
Oh.
well. And she was like the woke chick at the office who was like, man, don't talk to me.
Right.
This is girls' night, and
Yeah.
we're having drinks tonight because we're actually talking about men at the office.
Exactly.
And this is what's happening. Bye.
And all the other girls probably wanted to get laid, but this
Yeah.
fucking chick's like being the mouthpiece for the group.
The security guard.
Fuck
The
that.
thing is that I
The
feel like there's a
mouthpiece for the group.
Fuck
That's
that.
great.
Dude, there's so many girls that go out to just shun guys. I mean, they live in a different world than us. They go outside and like even like an average chick is going to get dick thrown their way all day. You know what I mean? On
Most of it from
Instagram,
you.
Guys like me
Just
or anybody,
all
you know
over
what I mean?
average chicks, Leo. Just
You know,
fucking, my
average chicks are great. dude.
uncircumcised Italian sausage.
All up and down. I like them ugly to hot. You know
That's
what
a
I mean?
move of
Like, I
mine.
don't-
This last, I basically, every other show I do with Leo, I spend the last minute or two of my set just talking about how filthy and uncircumcised his penis is.
I have an uncircumcised cock, you know, and I'm Catholic, you know. So.
Is there something going on between you two?
You know,
Sexual tension.
They're just really good
especially
buddies.
If you're talking about his cock,
You know, I'm not gonna.
Know it, wingman.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny, but maybe a girl has gone skiing with us too. Maybe we have the
Why are
same
you
bond.
afraid to talk about it? Pancho and I blasted out.
Because
Yeah, you
he's
guys
in a
are already open.
You guys did
relationship.
blast it.
You don't want to blast when
Yeah,
you're in a
exactly,
relationship
exactly.
that
It's-
like you got jerked
Punch
off
is in a
with your
relationship.
buddy.
He knows.
This was a long
Listen,
time.
my wife, I told my wife all the dirt I've done because I knew that surprises would come up because we all have those stupid
Yeah.
friends that are like, hey, dude, remember when we did this
Yeah.
right in front of your chick? And you're like, are you serious, bro?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
fuck.
And
Guys never change.
And
man. That's
getting
so true.
pussy, getting pussy is kind of like putting a car and a condom up your asshole. Like chicks, they don't really care as long as you're like the man, you know. like chicks can know. Like my ex knew that I had like a very colorful sexual history, and it's not really an issue when you're a guy. But again, vice versa. Ugh. Like so, I just want you to know before we.
Depending on like what kind of girl you date, I think Latina girls are very jealous girls.
They're very
Yeah.
jealous. Yeah.
very
Oh,
jealous
that's a
girls.
Mine's
given.
Middle Eastern, so that's
Like
But
super,
she's
super
Armenian,
spicy.
which is like the Mexico.
Well,
of
what
the
is
Middle East.
Armenian like, dude?
she's extremely jealous, like crazy, honestly. So
I was never popular with Armenian chicks. For me, it was just white chicks and Latinas. That's it. That's all I got. White chicks and
she's
Latinas.
Persian Armenian. She looks more Persian than Armenian, you know. But yeah, I feel like Armenian girls, the newer kind of crop.
Let's talk
they're-
nice about them.
Yeah, let's talk nice about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you meet her?
I met her. It was at a college. I went to go visit my buddy who was in Santa Barbara, and then I just went to a local little like coffee shop, and she was there hanging out. She was a UCSB college student, so a couple of girls recognized me. I had just done The Bachelorette. I did the reality show, so as I went up to her, a couple of girls recognized me, and I was like, "It's probably a good thing," you know what I mean? And then
You were
got
on The
number.
Bachelorette?
I was.
Yeah, do you
yeah,
still
I
have
am,
the taco
man.
business, women?
Yeah,
Dude,
chronic tacos.
I got laid out of a chronic tacos once.
No way.
Which one?
The one in Newport. There was one in Newport.
Yeah, Superior and PCH.
Dude,
That's the OG one.
Dude, I
Wow.
was down there. This chick, she with giant tits, like my fantasy girl, was in line at Wee Man's Chronic Tacos. I got a burrito and she got a salad. My sister told me she was gonna get a burrito too, but she didn't want to look fat in front of you.
Wow.
Got her info, and we hooked up that night and had sex. And it was like one of the hottest sexual experiences of my life.
Well, you owe me a burrito.
I do owe Wee Man a burrito.